Well, hello everyone. It's me, Coach Carmen, the Kingdom Health, Purpose, and Wealth Coach and founder of SharingTheBliss.com. Good evening. Oh my goodness. I can't even tell you how challenging it's been for me to create this video right now, to just be here live. It's been one thing after the next, to the point where I knew I had to do it because I was almost ready to quit so many times. And I'm like, you know what? I can't quit. I cannot quit. If there's this much opposition, this much resistance, that means that there's something really awesome on the other side. You know, it's so easy to give up. Hello, friend. I haven't seen you in such a long time. You know, what I want to talk to you tonight about is how to get corporate sponsors. So I'm like, why is there so much resistance? All I want to do is just share some tips on how to get corporate sponsors. So I'm not sure what the issue is, but I am here and I am going to share. So to make a long story short, several years ago, when I first started my business, actually, I had this thing inside of me. I just knew that there was a way that I would be able to get sponsorship. I believe that, you know, what I was sharing about wellness and getting wellness into the churches and how this is something different, you know. It was an area, I believe, that was really, there was not a lot of people doing what I was doing, right? So, but keep in mind, it doesn't matter what you're doing. There's always an audience. And when there's an audience, then there's people that are going to want to pay for that audience. So for me, I felt like I had a really good niche, getting wellness in the churches, and I would be able to get support. But I had no idea how to do it. So the first thing I did was, first I was very determined. I knew that I could do it. I could get a corporate sponsor. If I could just get my foot in the door, my first corporate sponsor, then I would be in. So the determination is number one. You have to be determined that this is what you want to do. The second thing is research. So I did my research. I went online, YouTube University, and I just did, you know, started watching videos on how to get corporate sponsors. And by doing that, I happened upon this woman who actually she's called a wealthy bag lady because she used to have a bag company, and then she left that business and she gave up that business and she started to do events for women in business. And one of the things that she realized was that she needed corporate sponsors. So she started to get corporate sponsors, to the point that she was so masterful at getting corporate sponsors, she decided to focus on teaching women how to get corporate sponsors. So that's what she was doing. She was teaching on YouTube how to get corporate sponsors. So I actually was having a teleclass, and I thought she would be awesome to be a speaker. I'm sorry, a telesummit. So I had a 12 speaker telesummit, and I invited her to be one of my guest speakers because I thought, you know, who would not want to be, you know, taught how to get corporate sponsors. She was amazing. This woman, her name is Linda Hollander. So Linda was on my teleclass, and she gave so much information. And I was interviewing her, so I was asking her all these questions, everything I wanted to know. It was perfect because I was able to get all my questions answered by someone who knew exactly what to do. So she gave away some juicy content, some juicy downloadable material, and she just shared and shared and shared. So what I did was I took copious notes and I did everything she said to do. So one of the things I knew I had to do was get the training. So I just kept studying everything that she taught during the teleclass. And one of the things she said you have to do is you have to have a package. You have to have something to present. It should explain exactly what you're doing and what you are why what you're doing is going to be something that will bring in an audience that the people who you want money from would be able to would benefit, right? So basically, you want to let people who you are looking to get money from, you want them to know that you are going to have an audience that would be their audience. And you don't have to pay money back. This is not like anything else. This is just they give you a check and you make a commitment to get their information out to your audience, to let your audience share, to know about them, right? There's no other real commitment, which is amazing. So I put together this package and I told everything about my business, why what I'm doing is going to bring in an audience that would be a blessing to, for me, it was wellness companies, right? Health food stores and different companies that have natural products. So I put together the package and I went to my first person, my first company. And the company I went to was someone local, someone that I knew, right? It was my local health food store. And so determination, research, training, get your training, and then you want to execute. So I decided to execute. I put together my package. That's part one of the execution. Part two is, creating the package and then getting a list of the different companies you want to present to, right? So you want to get your foot in the door and you want to speak to the person who can open the door for you, who can open the door completely for you. So you want to really be engaging and polite and kind and get your foot in that door. And basically, you want them to know that you are looking for a corporate sponsor for your business and that you think that you would be a great match with that business. And so that's what I did. And when I sat with the owner of the health food store, I presented my package. And immediately, that was the first person I spoke to. And I was able to get a $5,000 check. And what I realized, though, is that you have to do this over and over again. So, hello. Hi, Jones. And hello, Catherine. Yeah, so, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me any of the questions that you may have. But so the thing is, you don't want to get discouraged. It may not happen the first time. It doesn't matter. Some will, some won't. So what, who's next? So what you want to do is have a nice list, have a nice long list. So you're going to make those calls and you're going to set up a time to speak with the person who is in charge of, writing the checks for sponsorship. So now I'm realizing this was several years ago, and like I said, you want to rinse and repeat. You want to make sure that you ask and you present, you ask and you present, and you just keep doing it. But there's some spiritual pieces that have to be in place in order for you to have success getting corporate sponsors, as far as I'm concerned. Everything I do has a spiritual foundation. So one of the things I realized is that, and one of the things that Linda Hollander taught me, hi, Cassandra. Sandra. Hi, Sandra. I was just thinking about you. That's amazing. I'm having a tea party on Saturday, and I wanted to invite you. So we have to talk about that. But yeah, so one of the things Linda Hollander taught me, and I had to get it in my brain, is that companies have money, and they have money to give away. So that's a whole big reframe, right? Most of us do not believe that corporations will want to give away money. Well, they do. They have to. They have to give a certain amount of money away. So when you have that mindset that people have money that they want to give away. They just need to make sure that they just want to give it away to the right people. So you have to align yourself with that, and you have to get yourself in vibrational frequency to be able to be that person. You want to be that person they're looking for to give the money to. So how do you become that person? You become that person by closing your eyes and visualizing people writing checks to you, right? My mentor and friend is actually David Shermer from the movie The Secret. He is the guy that talked about getting checks in the mail. He also talked about getting car parks. Well, he was also on my telesummit. He was he was my keynote speaker on my telesummit. So, you know, I have a lot of good training on this. And, you know, my husband and I, we believed in this, you know, believed in positive affirmations and visualizations from way back in the day. I mean, like way back in the day when we were in Amway. I'm talking about the 80s, okay? So it was a long time ago. But, and as believers, we know that calling those things that be not as though they are, you know, seeing things that you're believing for, all of these principles are Bible-based principles. So you have to see yourself getting those checks. You have to see yourself sitting down with that person from that corporation and hearing them say, yes, I think we'll be a good partner. You would be a good partner for us. We will write you that check, right? So you have to get into vibrational alignment if you want to be able to be successful, if you want to be able to get paid and be able to, you know, do it over and over again. So that was my situation. I did not, I wasn't consistent with it enough. And, you know, that was my shortcoming. Sometimes we don't have, like, we have the faith one time, but then we're not consistent. So one thing I know now for sure is that people, companies, as I said, they have money to spend. I was asked to represent this company called Namaste Foods, right? So they are, you know, this holistic food company. And so I did a presentation for them at my local health food store. And when I was being trained to do this, and the reason why I did it was because I was asked to do it and they were going to pay me. And I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to get out there and meet and contact and get contacts for, you know, for my coaching business. So I did do it. And when they were training me over the phone, the woman who was talking with me and giving me all the pointers of what to do, she actually said, I did not even mention anything about corporate sponsorships, but she actually said to me, she said, you know, she was explaining about the company, and she said that one of the things we do is we like to give out a certain amount of money every year. So we decide on who we're going to give the money to, different small businesses who are starting out, because we were small and we want to be able to share that with everybody else. Hello, hi Natalie, how are you? Hi Marvin, and hello Chandra, welcome. So when she said that, I was like, wow. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, you're going to be giving me money for sure, because I'm going to put together a package for you, and you are going to want to be a corporate sponsor for Sharing the Bliss. So, but that made me think that, wow, there's a lot of companies out there that have money. They want to donate. They understand the sowing and reaping principle. Hey, Gigi. How are you, sweetness? So they understand the principle. They understand that in order for them to have success, they need to continue to give back. So companies are always giving back. So that's it in a nutshell, really. So basically, you want to be determined that you are going to get corporate sponsorships. You want to do your research, but I'm going to help you to jump past that where you don't even have to worry about the research because I got the training for you. The training, and then you want to execute the training. You want to create your package, and then you want to ask and you want to present. So the good news is I was telling you about the telesummit that I did. That was just amazing. Like I said, I had 12 speakers. It was it's a 16 audio package that I have from this telesummit. So you get three bonus audios. So the thing is, Linda, that I was telling you about, the wealthy bag lady who teaches you how to get corporate sponsors, she's part of this telesummit. I keep saying teleclass because I'm having a teleclass tomorrow, which you need to be a part of. It's free. It's going to be amazing, but that's another story. I'll leave that information somewhere below this video. But anyway, so Linda Hollander, she's going to be teaching about corporate sponsors. My mentor, David Shermer from the movie The Secret, he's talking about kingdom, how to have a 7-figure kingdom business. I think that's what it's called. And, you know, I had a list of all of the trainings, and I wasn't able to get it out my printer in time. I told you I had one thing after the next trying to do this video, and I was determined to do it anyway. So I have to see if I can remember. I mean, there's so many trainings, everything basically about setting up your business, like how, and all of the trainers, all the teachers for 6- and 7-figure business owners. So I made sure I went to the top, which is awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'll give you a poster or a flyer underneath this video about the training, the teleclass, the telesummit training, because this telesummit training is, I'm telling you, it's amazing. If you just got the information about corporate sponsors, it would be worth it. I had a Cyber Monday, so it's 16 audios, all different, everything from how to set up your books, how to write and get your book published quickly, how to set up your speaker platform and get your speaker packet together, how to become a grassroots celebrity, right? Grassroots celebrity, and oh gosh, just so much. How to set up your small business at home so that you're focused and you don't get, you know, derailed every day. What else? Oh, I cannot believe this. So many people I've been thinking about have joined, like Jeanette, Jeanette, you have been on my mind since yesterday. Oh my goodness. And Leslie, hey Leslie, I'm having a tea party on Saturday, ladies, at my house. You know, I haven't had a tea party in over like 10 years. You know, I used to do them all the time, shopping tea parties. And when I had my Bath and Body Shop and Day Spa, I had them. But after I got ill and I closed the business, I have not had a tea party. So I'm inviting you all to my tea party. It's going to be awesome. Hi, Terrence. So, corporate sponsorship, all the other tools in the telesummit packet. You also get a 30 minutes of coaching from me. So on Monday, I had a cyber special, and that training was normally $447 with the coaching, and I had it for $97 on Monday. So what I did yesterday was I slashed the $97 to $47. So you're talking about 16 audios, including Linda Hollander, who is talking about corporate sponsorship. And I'm telling you, what she taught during that telesummit got me my first corporate sponsor. I mean, the first time I walked out the door with my tools, and she taught me how to create, I got my first $5,000 corporate sponsor. And the reality is, Linda Hollander, was teaching. She taught me that, and she taught us, when you get that the training, which is part of the package for $47, she's going to teach you that you don't want to ask for less than $10,000. Like, she's like, you don't want to ask for less than $10,000. I'll be honest with you, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around that. So what did I do? I didn't listen to her. I asked for 5,000. And guess what I got? 5,000. So now that I got the 5,000, I was like, okay, then I'll go for the 10,000. 10,000. Yeah. So, and then you shoot for 50,000. You know, because that's what she teaches. She teaches that corporations, the bigger the corporation, the more they're expecting you to ask for. So they're expecting you to ask for the big dollars. And so you can't go in there asking for $1,000 because they're not going to take you seriously. But all this information is in her training that's part of my 16 audio training series from my telesummit for $47. And the $47 will end tomorrow. So definitely check it out. Hi, Harold. Hi, brother-in-law. Hi, Denise. Hi, Mac. Hey, Star. Wow. I've been trying to contact you forever. All right, so that's it. I'm going to repeat the steps one more time for those of you who just came on. How to get corporate sponsors. The first thing you want to do is be determined that you want a corporate sponsor, that you want corporate sponsors, right? I mean, I know people who get $100,000 corporate sponsors. And Linda Hollander, that's what she teaches, how to get six-figure corporate sponsors. So you go where you are comfortable at first and you build up. So you have to be determined that I want corporate sponsors. I deserve it. I know that I can bless them, because what you want to do is bless them by making sure that you're doing your due diligence to get that audience in front of them. You know, to get what they are offering in front of your audience, right? So that's important, and that's basically all they're asking for. Then you want to do your research. Like I said, you don't have to do your research if you get the training. Then you want to execute the training. You want to get the training and you want to execute the training. You want to create your package, right? You want to create your package. You want to make sure that you have something that when you present it to that corporation, they'll look at it and they'll say, oh, okay, they understand what your business platform is, what you're offering, and basically that's it. Then you want to make a list of all of the companies that are aligned with what you do, right? Companies that you're excited about and that you're excited about representing. Then you want to get on the phone and start asking to see if you could set up a presentation. Ask and present, right? So basically that's it. Anyone have any questions? Do you have any questions for me? Any questions? So the bottom line is corporations are looking, hey Candace, corporations are looking to give money out. They're looking to do that. They have a certain amount of money that they have to allot to releasing, to sowing out, right? So why not you be that person, one of those people that will get those checks, will get that check, right? Remember, I told you, I was just working with a company called Namaste Foods, and when I was speaking with them and they were telling me how, giving me tips on how to do my presentation for them, they told me that they have a certain amount of money that they give out every year. And one of the things that I was told was that it's a small company, but they're doing very well. And she said what they do is they ask people that work in the company for suggestions of who to give the money to, what small businesses that would be appropriate or would be, a good match for them to give the money to. And in my mind, I didn't tell her this, but I'm saying to myself, I'm going to be one of those people. I'm putting my package together and you're going to get it. So that's it. All right. So tomorrow I'm having a teleclass. It's called BLISS, How to Claim It and Obtain It in 2018. I'm going to have a link below for you to opt into that. It's free. It's going to be amazing because, we think, well, bliss, what's the big deal about bliss? Well, you know what? Bliss is so important because when you're living in a world that we're living in, and this is the only world we can live in, that is really heavy, dense, low vibrational, and really dangerous today. There's a lot of danger out there today. You need to have a frequency that's way above the world's frequency. I call the world a matrix, right? So you need your frequency to be above that low frequency in order for you to be protected, in order for you to be blessed, in order for you to have favor in your life, to attract what you believe in God for. You have to have a frequency of bliss. It's not something frivolous. It's not something that, oh yeah, only yogis get into bliss. No, that's why I called my company Sharing the Bliss. In fact, there's a scripture that's in the Passion Translation Bible that says, it's Proverbs 29:18, where there is no clear prophetic vision, the people quickly wander astray. But when you follow the revelation of the word, heaven's bliss fills your soul. So yes, bliss. To me, the bliss is the kingdom of God. When you are in the kingdom, you are in bliss. How do you get in the kingdom? You vibrate with God. You vibrate with the Holy of Holies, with everything that's beautiful, right? And that's what gives you that frequency of bliss. If you want to get corporate sponsors, you have to get in the vibrational frequency of bliss. So join me on my free teleclass tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'll give you that information too, but make sure that you check below this video because I'm going to have the link to the telesummit so you can get Linda Hollander's information about corporate sponsors and all the other 15 trainings for $47. And also come to my tea party if you live on Staten Island. Come to my tea party, okay? All right, any questions? Everybody's good? No questions. Okay, beloveds, I look forward to talking to you soon. I hope I'll see you on my teleclass tomorrow, and I'll have Q&A. So if you have any questions, you can ask me them there. Love you. Bye-bye. Or maybe not.